What? 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 Oh. Uh. Oh. We have to go to work. It's been out 8 hours already. Oh. All right. Check my emails, I guess. Oh, hey! I got a comment on my Godzilla -1 review. Wow, I hardly ever get any of those. And that video's doing so well, too! Hey, let's go ahead and read. This can't be real. Right? Okay, everyone, thank you for coming.
My pleasure.
Yeah, wouldn't miss it. And thank you, Arthur, for joining us here today, especially because you're in the video in question.
Not a problem, writer, but, why have you called us all here? Yes, inquiring minds want to know, why are we here?
Well, Shadow, Fred, Arthur, I'm here to say I'm pulling a Mike Bracken.
And what would that be?
Glad you asked. So every now and again, my YouTube friend Mike Bracken, aka the Horror Geek, posts the dumbest comments he can find on any of his videos or podcasts where people complain about stupid crap, such as accusing him of hating their so-called favorite movies, even though he
praises them,
and so on. Heck, this past week, one guy complained on the latest episode of his podcast because there were still images instead of video clips, which is a really stupid thing to complain about, seeing how most podcasts have still images.
Heck, most of my videos use still images.
But as I explained to the Horror Geek, yeah, I can easily top that.
Oh yeah.
Because I have an absolutely insane comment on my review of Godzilla -1. So Mike, I see your douchebag complaining about still images, and I raise you this. And I'll be reading it in the voice that I think they sound like.
Anyways.
Absolutely rubbish movie. These people don't even speak American.
What the heck is American?
I know of the American accent, which is an umbrella term to describe all accents that originate from the United States, such as the Southern accent, the Boston accent, Valley Girl, but American itself is not a language.
I know! The official language of America
Is English!
If you're going to complain about wanting a movie in a certain language,
At least get the language you want right!
Although it was almost German.
oh yeah, that's right. Back in the early days of America, Congress had a vote to see what the official language would be, and English won out over German by just one vote.
So, in an alternate universe, you guys would be speaking German right now?
Yeah.
Never do that again.
Okay, sorry. Anyway, let's continue.
I'm not sure this was done to save money, but it made it impossible to follow. I have no idea how this fits in with the other movies or why all the trailers showed a big orange monkey in it. Because this film didn't! I only hope going forward the studio gives them a bigger budget and we can cast proper actors that can actually speak American. Wait, what does he mean by orange monkey?
I think they mean Scar King.
But they're not even in Godzilla -1.
For once, Fred is right. That movie isn't even out yet.
Yeah, Godzilla vs. Kong: The New Empire doesn't come out until April of 2024. The first official trailer just dropped like a week or two ago.
I know!
And I know some people don't like subtitles, but demanding a foreign cast to learn English just to make it more convenient
For you?
is absolutely appalling.
And what is this bizarre conspiracy theory he's been spouting? Does he actually think that a Hollywood studio brought in foreign actors because they're cheaper? Has this guy ever heard of a foreign language film?
America isn't the only country that can make movies. Plenty of the greatest movies of all time are, in fact, foreign.
Not to mention the fact there's an Oscar category for it! Parasite was the first foreign language film to win the Oscar for Best Picture.
Yes, and rightfully so because it was the best movie that year.
Did it ever cross this person's mind that they simply went and saw the wrong movie by mistake? Because if not, they just made themselves look like a massive racist moron for the whole internet to see.
That or this is the greatest troll I've ever seen. I honestly don't know which.
At least it's over. No, there's more.
Don't tell me you replied to this Nimrod.
I did.
Oh,
Yeah,
come on,
yeah,
man!
yeah,
Why'd you
why
do
would you
that?
do
Oh,
that?
that's
That's
so
so
dumb!
stupid.
Oh, come
Why,
on,
Arthur,
Arthur.
why?
Arthur,
Stop
Arthur,
it.
come on,
Why?
man. Why?
Hey, in my defense, I didn't really know where this guy was coming from. I didn't know if he was serious about what he was saying at all. Plus, I thought I was very polite and professional about it.
So what did you say?
I said, you're kidding, right? This isn't Godzilla vs. Kong New Empire, which is going to be released by Legendary Pictures in 2024. This is Godzilla -1, a Japanese movie. Godzilla is a Japanese IP.
Well, that does seem to be a reasonable response. Simple, straightforward, direct to the point. I don't see how anyone could argue with that.
And yep, they did, as it went
Right over their head!
You're kidding.
Nope, this is what they said back.
Just because it's in Japan doesn't mean they shouldn't be speaking American. I actually know a couple of Chinese guys, and they both speak American perfectly fine. Just think about it. He still believes his conspiracy theory?
Apparently so.
What part of it's a foreign language film do you not understand?
Many films try and pretend to be set in America in order to trick American audiences, but are actually made in Canada, Great Britain, or even Italy, and are made with actors native to those countries.
Yeah, but Godzilla -1 isn't one of those. It's a Japanese movie made by a Japanese director with a Japanese cast and crew for Japanese audiences that we Westerners can enjoy too.
By any chance, is this guy a QAnon member?
And what is this nonsense of if a handful of Chinese guys can speak American, Japanese should learn too?
Sure, they can be both categorized as Asians, but they're not the same people, says the alien monster from outer space.
Not to mention English is actually one of the hardest languages to learn. And judging by the way this guy talks, he failed basic English. At this point, I replied back saying, is this trolling? Please tell me you're trolling. Please tell me you didn't confuse two completely different movies for one another and are now telling me movies native to other countries all need to be filmed in English.
And what idiocy did he spout this time? Obviously, I know there's more than one Godzilla film. I'm an OG fan of Godzilla since watching the original from the 1900s. Genuinely love that Ferris Bueller guy, so I know exactly what I'm talking about when I tell you they're all in American, and that's why this one should be too. If a film cuts costs and brings in people who don't even speak American, they should reduce the price of the cinema ticket. Where did he get this idea? These were cheap foreign actors hired by a Hollywood studio. What part of a foreign language film do you not understand?
You clearly watched the wrong movie!
Why are you complaining about it on my video?
Although the Matthew Broderick thing is a bit troubling.
Yeah, so after I gave them a brief Godzilla history lesson, I then asked, just out of curiosity, do you think that the 1998 Godzilla movie was the original? And they replied,
Yeah, man. Ferris Bueller teams up with Leon to take down Godzilla, one of my favorite 1900 movies. The only time I saw a dub version was in Mexico, but those taco guys are nuts. Oh great, now they made a jab at the Hispanics.
afraid so.
For crying out loud, America has been declared as the 4th largest Spanish-speaking country by population just a few years ago. We have more Spanish-speaking people here than in Spain or Colombia.
That's right, meaning there are 52.6 million Spanish-speaking individuals living here. So the argument of they should be speaking American because it's America
Has gone out the window a long time ago.
What was that nonsense earlier about that one Godzilla movie that came out in the 1900s?
Well, obviously, I am the original.
Who the heck is this guy?
Oh no, it's Zilla.
Who invited him? Excuse me? It's Godzilla. Thank you very much.
No, it's not. Not anymore.
Say what now?
You're an inferior remake that most die-hard Godzilla fans hate with a burning passion. Hell, Toho hated you so much that they bought the rights to your likeness just so they can kill you off in Godzilla Final Wars in 2004 to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the Godzilla franchise.
Oh.
And this right here shows how little this so-called OG Godzilla fan knew about this 70-year-old franchise. If you were to
Oh, I don't know. Use Google.
and look up Godzilla movies that came out in the 1900s, you will see on the official Godzilla wiki that, including the 1998 remake, there were a grand total of 24 Godzilla movies released between 1954 and 1999. And I have seen all of them! And I own all of them on DVD and Blu-ray. Wow, you're a dinosaur. Shut up, Fred. Okay, sorry.
So, I'm not the original?
No, you idiot. You're not the original. I am.
You're not the original either. You're Godzilla 2000, released in 1999. This is the original Godzilla. And this is the original Godzilla on a lovely walk with his co-star.
You don't say that every day.
Anyway, after replying with another more in-depth Godzilla history lesson, I then replied with, besides, Godzilla Minus One has nothing to do with Legendary's MonsterVerse movies like Godzilla vs. Kong. It's a Japanese standalone movie celebrating the 70th anniversary of the franchise. I literally explained this in the video. This is not an American production. Hence why it's not in English.
Then what happened?
Nothing.
Seriously?
Oh, thank the Lord, it's over. But unfortunately, that's not the only racist incident I had involving the movies.
Say what now?
Yeah.
And these happen in real life.
What happened?
Well, the first one occurred when I first saw the teaser trailer for the live-action remake of Disney's The Little Mermaid. So a lot of people got bent out of shape over the casting of an African-American actress in the role of Ariel, the Little Mermaid herself. That sounds stupid.
Because it was stupid.
Who cares about the race of a fictional mermaid?
Besides, regardless of the media, mermaids have been depicted with green skin, blue skin, or extremely fish-like. Heck, many anime and fantasy stories depict mermaids as their own separate race. So, who honestly cares?
Plus, I heard Halle Bailey's performance was highly praised by critics. I just didn't go see the movie because I have forgone seeing another live-action Disney remake after watching the abomination that was the Pinocchio one. Sounds reasonable. Anyway, there I was, sitting in the theater watching the teaser trailer where Ariel sings
Part of your world.
And when the trailer ended, I noticed there was this couple sitting about 5 rows ahead of me. I then see the guy lean over to what I assumed to be his wife, and he loudly whispers, "I'm not going to go see it if she's in it."
You're kidding.
Nope! This literally happened, and something very much like it happened when I went to go see The Boy and the Heron.
Oh, great. What happened?
Not even 10 minutes into the movie, mind you, I was watching the subtitled version, someone randomly shouted,
America, damn it!
Say what?
Yeah, and what makes this dumber is that G-Kids, the North American distributor, released both the dub and subtitled versions of Miyazaki's latest movie at the
Same time.
hell! The theater I went to literally has listings for both versions on Google!
So, he was just an idiot.
Well, Yes, and while I have made that mistake myself in the past, like how I thought I was going to see this dubbed version of Belle, but ended up seeing the subtitled version instead, I don't mind subtitles. In fact, when watching foreign movies, I prefer subtitles because it gives you a better idea of the story's original intention. Most of the time with dubbed versions, they'll change certain things to make things easier for Western audiences to understand or relate to. Like how they made Goku from Dragon Ball more heroic because the original Japanese counterpart just liked fighting strong opponents. Or you occasionally have to deal with mistranslations, like how Fizz Media thought Zoro from One Piece was named Solo. Or in how in one episode of the mid-2010s dub of Sailor Moon, they called anime Anime.
Wait, that's a thing that happened?
Yep.
So yeah, subtitles do take some time to get used to, but don't be a racist prick about it and start making demands like these morons. Have some respect for other languages, cultures, and how about the other audience members in the theater with you?
Yeah, I'm heavily ingrained not in just Japanese pop culture, but also Japanese culture itself. I have statues and attractions all over my home country. So to say I'm purely American just shows how little you really know about me or where I came from.
That's right. Toho, the studio that actually owns Godzilla and all the other characters, simply leased Godzilla, Rodan, Mothra, many other characters to Legendary Studios so they can make their own MonsterVerse movies, further spreading the franchise to American audiences.
But Godzilla's been around a lot longer and made his impact on American pop culture long before 1998.
He even cameoed in several movies during the 1970s and 80s, like in Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Or how Raptor from Rugrats was a homage to me.
In other words, Godzilla has become a staple of international pop culture. Godzilla started out as an allegory against nuclear weapons and the death and destruction it can cause, before becoming silly and child-friendly, and then going on hiatus, before going back to being serious, and then becoming silly again, and then back to serious. Plus, the cast of Godzilla Minus One gave us some of the best performances of 2023, and for you to say there aren't proper actors just because they don't speak the same language as you,
Is disgusting.
you should be ashamed of yourself.
Nothing more than a racist moron who didn't know what they were talking about.
For shame.
The director of Godzilla Minus One has even made a statement thanking American and Western audiences for the overwhelmingly warm reception his movie received, becoming #1 at the North American box office for 2 weeks straight, and have a 96% on Rotten Tomatoes. So for you to say such awful, deplorable things about his talented cast and crew spouting such baseless nonsense is a spit in the face of this grateful man. Thus, I must ask you for a favor and never bother me again. I don't even think you saw my video. I think you just found the first review on YouTube you can find and decided to make your baseless, racist rant
There!
the only reason why I haven't taken down your disgusting comments is because it's actually an entertaining story to share with people, as this other commenter described it. Therefore, in summary, never comment on any of my videos ever again. And get out! Get out of the Godzilla fandom because you are not welcome here. Right, Arthur? Arthur? Hey, Fred? Shadow, where did he go? Okay, and they're gone too. Action figure guys? Guys? I might need serious psychiatric help. Anyway, what did you think, Mike? Did this comment blow your idiot complaining about still images in the podcast out of the water? And to the rest of you, what did you think about what so-and-so said with his baseless, racist ramblings? Please, spread the word about this video by sharing it with your friends. Click on the subscribe or follow button. And don't forget to like. This has been the Mystery Writer speaking, and until next time, in the words of Philip DeFranco, don't be stupid. Sayonara. And one more thing. If anyone actually tries to defend this guy on the First Amendment defense, please note that according to the Supreme Court of the United States of America, there are well over 10 plus forms of what is known as unprotected speech. These are forms of speech that are not given the same kind of protection or no protection at all under the First Amendment. These include fraud and explicit material involving children. Yes, people within the last century actually tried to use the First Amendment as a defense for these crimes. And the latest addition to this list is hate speech, defined as offensive discourse targeting a group or an individual based on inherent characteristics such as race, religion, or gender. Therefore, no, this moron had no right to say what they did, because it's obviously offensive and targeted multiple people by race and nationality. Yes, as the song from Avenue Q once said, everyone's a little bit racist sometimes. And yes, we've all laughed at an off-colored joke or two in the past, but there is a fine line between what is acceptably funny and what is just downright racist. And what this guy said was funny.
For all the wrong reasons.
It's mostly funny because of how stupid it is and how someone is so openly racist about what is obviously a case of mistaken movie-related identity. You saw the wrong Godzilla movie by mistake, and now you decided to make it everyone else's problem. Hope you're happy with the consequences of your actions, because this is the internet, and crap like that stays on here forever. Yeah, thanks for the free content. This was a lot of fun. This was more fun than I thought it would be. I might actually need help. Anyways, I'm done for now. Sayonara for real.